Bieli Nachime, welcome to second to last episode of this season. We're getting into something a little bit more profound, which is the causative and applicative. That's all we're gonna be focusing on today. No extra vocabulary because this concept is enough to get you thinking. Okay, so causative and applicative. So to start us off, let's we're gonna only be talking about transitive words. So remember the difference between transitive and intransitive? Intransitive are simple things like I walk, I run, I sleep. And no one else is involved. Nothing else is involved. But if I say I pick it up, now there's something else involved. The it that I pick up. If I say I see you, then there's something else involved, which is you. Okay? So just a little refresher, remember that. Another thing to keep in mind that I'm going to warn you all about is that there is no word that means for, as in F-O-R, for. Like if I say I do this for you, that word doesn't exist in Nahuatl. In fact, if you force it, you have to use the Spanish word para. Nimitschiyaltia parata, which sounds like I'm speaking Spanish by using Nahuatl. So there I'm forcing Spanish to fit. I'm forcing Nahuatl to fit into the Spanish way of saying it. And that's not a native way of doing it. We're going to learn what's going to get you up to one more level, a new concept that's going to get you to one more level, more advanced. Because there is no word that means for. So but we can express that idea. I do this for you. And that's all causatives and applicatives that we're going to look at. Specifically, that one specifically is applicatives. But we have some causatives that we'll look at too, and they're related to each other. So let's look at it. Kali, which means a structure, a house, a building. And we can turn this kali into a verb by adding tia. So tia is a causative. Okay, so we have the word kaltia. So we turn kali into a verb, kaltia, which means to cause a house. Basically, to cause a house, if we're going to be literal. But what it's implying is we're making a house for someone. So kaltia means to make a house for someone. If I say nimo, I'm doing it to myself now. So these are all transitive, by the way. Nimo kaltia, I make myself a house. I make myself a house. Well, a lot happened there, but we'll see a lot of examples, so it's not going to be too hard. Nimitschiyaltia, I wait for you. Nimitzchiya, I'm waiting for you. So ni to meet, ni meets, I do it to you, and chia, which is to wait for someone. So chia is already a verb, but we can add tia to the end. In this case, we actually add tia for reasons we won't get into today, but just recognize that it does have this tia ending. Nimitschiyaltia. So what would that mean? So Nimitschiyaltia means I wait for you. Nimitschiyaltia though. So chia means to wait for someone. Chiyaltia means to cause someone to wait for someone. To make someone wait for someone. To make someone wait. So this one means I'm making you wait. I'm making you wait. I'm causing you to do this action, which is chia. I'm causing you to do this chia. Nimitschiyaltia means I'm making you wait. So see that difference between I wait for you and I make you wait. Nisiowi. Siowi is a simple word, it just means to get tired. Nisiowi. It's intransitive. Nisiowi. But I can say I make you get tired. And now the word siowi is siowiltia. And it means to make someone get tired. Nimitschiyaltia. I make you get tired. Niwetska. I laugh. Niwetska. I laugh. You can kind of guess what I'm going to say. When we add this tia ending, it means I make you laugh. I cause you to laugh. I cause you to do that action. Nimitzwetskiltia. Nimitzwetskiltia. And in this case, the a merges to the I. But you can still see enough to recognize the word wetska in there. So yeah, there's a little change there. It's not Nimitzwetskiltia, but Nimitzwetskiltia. If you said Nimitzwetskiltia, people would understand what you're saying. Iskali means growth. This was actually the name of one of the months in the ancient older Aztec Mexica calendar system. So Iskali is one of the months. But it means growth. Growth. Something that grows. I can turn to a verb. Iskali to, and we take out the ending li and have iskaltia, which means to cause something to grow. To cause something to grow. So nik iskaltia means I make it grow, like I raise my child. If I make myself grow, then I'm just saying I grow up. So that's how you say I grow up. Nimoskaltia. I grow up. Nimoskaltia. Yoli, to be alive. Yoli. Niyoli, I am alive. If I add tia, I could say I make it become alive. I bring it to life, like a Frankenstein. Nik yoli tia. It also means to revive, to resuscitate, bring life to. Nik yoli tia. To revitalize. Tia comes, there's other causatives besides tia. Tia is the most common one. It's like the standard one. And similar forms for tia are itia and altia, and there's complicated reasons why you use one or the other, but basically, I want you to be able to recognize it and figure the why out later. Because it's just a lot of irregularities to memorize. Other causatives, though, is also just a. Just a could be a causative. And by the way, they're not interchangeable. So every verb prefers its causative, which one it's going to take. But there's patterns, and if you're going to really get into Nahuatl, you'll just pick up on it over time. Kotoni means something rips. So if something just rips, it's kotoni. It rips. And to turn into a transitive, to make something rip, it's kotona. So we turned it from an intransitive, we turned it to a transitive. Kotoni just means it ripped. No one did it, it just happened. Kotona means you caused it to rip. Okay, we have kopini, which means to unstick. Something unsticks. Like you have some glued paper and it's falling apart, it's unsticking by itself. Kopini. If I cause it to unstick, it's nik kopina. So the kopini changes to kopina. Kalaki means to enter a home. But to make something go in, to put something inside of something, it's kalakia. Kalakia. By the way, it's not kalaka, as you might have thought, but kalakia. Okay, some other ones for things that end in iwi, like poliwi and kwesiwi. Those will change to oa. So poliwi means something is lacking, something is missing, something's disappearing, vanishing. All of those are poliwi. It's just missing. No one caused it to happen. But if you caused it to happen, then you'd say poloa. Nikpoloa means I'm destroying this, I'm erasing this, I'm making this vanish. Nechpoloa means I'm missing something, I'm lacking something. So I'm missing my lunch, right? Nechpoloa. It's something I'm lacking. Kwesiwi, to get sad, its causative form is kwesoa. Mahmawi means to get scared. Mahmawi. Mahmatia is to cause someone to get scared. Mahmatia, to scare someone. And yes, we keep the W even though it sounds like an H. It's not mahmautia. In the Huasteca other varieties, it's mahmautia. Huasteca changes it to sound like an H, but I'm going to keep it as a W so that you know it comes from the word mahmawi. There's no word mahmaha. That doesn't exist. Mati, to know something, to feel something inside of you. So that's mati. To cause someone to know is machtia. So that's where we get the word to teach, to cause yourself to learn. Yoli, we saw, turns to yolitia. Patlani, to fly. Patlan altia. This one's not Patlaniltia, but Patlanaltia for some reason. This one just takes that form. Different forms, but hopefully you see the pattern here. Okay, so causative I think is a slightly easier to think about. When it's a little bit more advanced now is the applicative form, which is another ending that attaches to verbs and changes the meaning. An applicative means to do something for someone, or it could mean to do something from someone. Okay, so we'll look at some examples. The endings are going to tend to be like ia or wilia or lilia. They tend to sound like an L sound instead of a T sound. That's a tendency that they have. Okay, so let's do examples. Ni pinawa means I am ashamed or I'm embarrassed. Okay, pinawa, ni pinawa. It's intransitive, it's simple. So we can turn it transitive by saying I make you feel embarrassed, I make you feel ashamed. Nimitz pinawiya. Nimitz pinawiya. So pinawa changes to pinauiya. So that's the iya ending. Kwa, to eat something. Nihkwa alashos. Kwalilia means to eat something that belongs to someone else. So I'm eating it for him, basically. In his place, I am eating it for him. So I ate it for him. I took it, he wouldn't be happy, but I ate his orange. I ate it for him. Nihkwalilia. Tlachpana, to sweep. Nihtlachpania means I sweep it for him or for her. I sweep it for her or for him. Ateca means to pour water. Ateca, to pour water into a cup, for example. Nik atekia means I pour water for her. I pour water for her. So when I say the K sound there in nik, that K is representing her. Nik atekia. I'm pouring water for her. If I'm doing this action for you, then instead of saying the K, I'm going to say meets, right? Ni meets. I do it for you. Ni meets atekia. Tlalia is to place something down. Tlalwilia is to place something down for someone. Guess the meaning. Nimitz tlacualchihuilis. By the way, in the word tlacualchihuah means to cook. Again, nimitz tlacualchihuilis from tlacualchihuah. And nimitz means I to you. So I'm going to cook you? No. It would mean I'm going to cook for you. I'm going to cook for you. Nitlachia, I observe. Niktlachilia televisión. Tlenkitosneki. What does it mean? Niktlachilia televisión. It means I'm watching TV. You could say Nikita televisión, but that means I see the television. Yeah, okay, great, you see it. But if you're actually watching it and you're observing and paying attention, it's tlachilia. So there's a difference there. Mati, I know. Nechmatiltis notlayi. Nechmatiltis notlayi. Last episode we learned tlayi means your uncle. Nech means towards me. So does this gonna mean my uncle's gonna know me? My uncle's gonna... So you might see the iltia form here. Matiltia, to cause someone to know. So my uncle's gonna make me know. Basically means he's gonna teach me. He's gonna let me know. He's gonna inform me. He's gonna teach me. Niktekiwia tlikoli. This is from the word tekiti, which means to work. Tlikoli is a pen. So niktekiwia tlikoli means... It might take you a second to think about how could you say I'm working the pen. Kind of doesn't make sense. I'm working the pen. But It kind of does if you think about more synonyms. I'm working the pen means the same thing as I'm employing the pen, which means the same thing as I'm using the pen. So yeah, everything's about work. I'm making that pen work means I'm using it. So the tequiwia means to use something. Very, very great word to know. Other varieties, like in Guerrero, I know they'll say tequiltia, which also means the same thing. It's just they got to the same place using different suffixes. Tequiltia, to cause something to work, to apply work to something. Okay, so that's it for today. That's it for this video. It's just a new concept that I want everyone to pay attention to and to think about. So, any questions? If it made sense or didn't, or any more questions you have, because this is a big area, feel free to post your questions here down below. Tlaxcamati nachime.